Hey everyone, Mr. Happy here, and today I've got something special for you. Some of you may have heard rumors that there was a mobile version of Final Fantasy XIV in development. Well, the rumors are true, and I'm actually here to share some initial details with you, as well as my thoughts on what Yoshi-P himself had to say about the project. Now, Lightspeed Studios, the actual developer of the mobile version, did sponsor me to make this video, basically asking me to just react to the teaser and information that Yoshi-P has shared. Obviously, that's going to bring skepticism about what I have to say, but I will be sharing my own trepidations about the project in this video. Fortunately, Yoshi-P himself has shared many of the same concerns, so I'll really just be mirroring his talking points. So, as a brief overview, Final Fantasy XIV Mobile is an officially licensed game, with Square Enix partnering up with Lightspeed Studios. It's an MMO much like the original, though featured on mobile platforms, iOS, and the Play Store. I was given a couple of videos to watch informed thoughts on, so I'll cover them and their contents one at a time here. Oh, and in case it's not clear, this is not a mobile way of playing the same client that we play on PC and console. This is a separate game altogether that is from the ground up built for mobile devices, so figured I might as well add that disclaimer too. The first video I watched was Yoshi-P introducing the mobile version of Final Fantasy XIV alongside a teaser trailer. The teaser cleverly uses the OG 5 Warriors of Light from the A Realm Reborn cinematic and shows them wandering around the realm, not unlike what a game's benchmark trailer would have looked like. They fly around a few zones, check out the Gold Saucer, ride into Limsa, and enjoy a show in Gridania. It's actually kind of nice as a longtime player seeing these 5 in particular just kind of enjoying themselves, given what we know about the characters in the retail game. It does feature some fun cameos as well, especially the Scions, which you can spot all over. My favorite is seeing Thancred with his arms wrapped around a few of the local women. It's been a while since I've seen that version of him. And then in the Gold Saucer, the crew looks like they're enjoying the nightlife. Again, seeing the OG 5 take their shot at the fashion report and slice his right gate is just kind of nice. Now, in Gridania, 8 Moogles turn into 8 Lalafels, each representing one of A Realm Reborn's base shops, though Scholar stands in for both itself and Summoner in this case. After a brief performance, a Titan minion enters, and the 8 Lalafels begin imitating a battle with him, echoed alongside the image of the now 8-player crew doing battle with the real Titan. There's an interesting mix of skills here, showcasing what appears to be some of the level 50 of Realm Reborn jobs in their armor sets, but using skills that we get in future expansions like Stardiver, I think I see Apex Arrow, and quite a few others. Many skills and animations are either new or even a little bit different from their original counterparts, such as Inner Release on Warrior. And like many of the benchmark trailers from the past, it's difficult to glean how any of these skills interact with the gameplay system. It definitely shows we're getting something very different to what we experienced in A Realm Reborn in terms of gameplay, which is to be expected. And after a quick monk limit break and the Lalafell show ending, the teaser ends with none other than Minfilia saying exactly what you were thinking.
Pray return to the waking sands at your earliest convenience.
Yeah, they knew what they were doing with this trailer. Though I don't know where Minfilia got that phone. Alligans? Overall, it's a pretty nice looking trailer, definitely embodying the essence of Final Fantasy XIV. Story, music, battle content, and even Gold Saucer stuff, which definitely surprised me. But I think enough of us have been around long enough to know a teaser doesn't really say a whole lot in terms of what to actually expect from the game. We all want to know the more important details even after seeing something like that. So it's good that Yoshida did a roughly 13.5-minute video talking about the more important bits. Yes, even monetization. Don't worry, I was as worried about that as you were, so we gotta cover that. Initially, Yoshi-P talks about a mobile version of 14 being considered for quite some time, but only really coming to fruition after being approached by Lightspeed Studios. They had lots of doubts about keeping a lot of 14's core functions on mobile, especially the combat and monetization. Like I said, Yoshi-P, trust me, we're all thinking the same thing and all just as nervous about the idea. He claims the team was incredibly stringent with their feedback on what Lightspeed was presenting, but in the end feels they had produced something he could personally feel excited about. With that, the games will exist in tandem, with the mobile game being way behind and gradually adding new content, beginning at the start of A Realm Reborn. Of course, Final Fantasy XIV itself has over 10 years of post-A Realm Reborn content to dive into, so they're planning to gradually add all that to the mobile title, potentially even speeding up the rate of content releases based on player feedback. Along the way, it will feature the story faithfully recreated, with all the music and extras we've come to expect from the main game. Gathering, crafting, triple triad, chocobo racing, etc, etc. I actually think a lot of this stuff kind of works better on mobile, especially triple triad and other Gold Saucer stuff. I'm actually very interested to see how all that goes. As for combat, we really didn't get a whole lot. I mean, they've reworked a lot, is all we really do know, and he reiterates that, but that was pretty obvious from the teaser. He mentions that there will be mobile virtual joysticks, job action reworks, and boss mechanic adjustments as all part of the package. I'm really curious to see how this works, because there's just no chance it's as button intensive as the main game, and I have to wonder how some of those bosses translate to being fun and doable on mobile. There's lots of ways to approach it, but we'll have to wait for more details. If I could put some speculation out into the world, I'm assuming PvP-esque combos, chaining together main actions with a few extra cooldowns on the side, and follow-up actions to those cooldowns as well. And given there's virtual joysticks, I expect to still have to dodge some things. I just don't know what to expect in terms of timing. I'm also personally hoping for mobile controller support, which isn't mentioned in the video, but would be a really, really good addition, especially for something like this. Now, while much of the remainder of the video covers new player experience, such as, the appeal of 14 and the target audience, the biggest topic is monetization. You're thinking it, I'm thinking it, and Yoshida confirms that monetization was a top priority, specifically in terms of how to make it as true to 14 as possible. Obviously, the main game is a subscription-based MMO, and the mobile game will be free to play. Now listen, free to play is common nowadays, but I'd be lying if I said I wasn't sweating bullets the moment I heard those words here. I immediately started imagining, well, let me gacha for my relic weapon, with a 2% banner. I think we all think that automatically. My fears were quelled pretty quick in that particular regard, as Yoshi-P confirms the game is not looking to push fast profits and will not feature gacha. Instead, it's meant to generate, and I'm quoting him here, small and sustainable revenue. It also is meant to preserve the essence of 14 and encourage long-term engagement. Now listen, I'm glad to hear there's no gacha, but I can't help but wonder what monetization there will be. Turning on the speculation text again, it's hard to say. I expect there's going to be some standard pieces of 14 monetization, Fantasias, maybe an optional item store. I mean, if the main game has it, why would it be a surprise if this version has it, right? But the term encourage long-term engagement screams battle pass to me. It's pretty common nowadays for games to offer a free and paid option, which ends up simulating a subscription type experience to those who regularly engage with it. They could have materials, outfits, mounts, and minions through it while maintaining the core of Final Fantasy XIV's other systems. So for final thoughts, the teaser trailer is really nice. I really like how it embodies Final Fantasy XIV, and knowing that the story, the music, pretty much everything that I've come to know in the main game is going to be recreated in some capacity here is really interesting to me. But I have to be curious and a little trepidatious about the gameplay and the monetization. We just don't have enough information about the gameplay. I don't know how it will actually feel to use the virtual joysticks. Again, we don't know if there's mobile controller support, and that's going to be a major factor about how much I can enjoy this game. Also, the monetization. I'm very glad there's no gacha, and that's as someone who has really no problem playing games that have gacha in them. But I need to see how their other features work. Again, will they have the optional item store, Fantasias, name changes, the basic functions? Will they be doing the battle pass like I'm predicting they do? And how will it actually be structured? If it really is small and sustainable revenue, and it's not a game that's constantly pushing to make you feel like you have to spend money on it, that goes a long way towards building trust. But all we have is an interview and a teaser trailer, and I need to see more. I need to learn more, and it's not something that we'll be able to do anytime soon. They are going to be gradually releasing this availability throughout the world as time goes on, starting with mainland China and then moving on to the global audience. So until that happens, we're just going to have to take whatever information we can get and go from there. But that's going to be a wrap for this video on Final Fantasy XIV Mobile. Thanks again to Lightspeed Studio for sponsoring, and thanks for allowing me to do just an honest reaction. They really gave me complete creative control and just asked what I honestly thought, and that also kind of inspires a little bit of confidence. Let me know what you thought in the comment section of the video below. Be sure to like and subscribe, and stay tuned. Any more news we get about 14 Mobile, I'll be sure to share it here on the channel. But anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Until then, take care.